officer that was tased and survived a heart attack thereafter, if you will. So you hear his personal testimony. But yeah, let's talk about these pardons for the J6ers. Emil, I'll let you start and then go to Shelly.
Never ever tell me this is a law and order president. I would have understood if he had done a case-by-case basis, but he did not. He just gave a blanket pardon to everyone who was convicted or accused in that. And to me, that's a problem. And I see it loud and clear. And in other circles outside of this conversation, I see he generates a very intense loyalty using these pardons. You can talk about Lil Wayne, but you can talk about these 1,500. They already did enough to invade the Capitol. At least a portion of them did. Certainly a large portion of them did. But honestly, who knows how loyal they'll be? And Officer Fanon was very right to question whether or not he's as safe as he was before the pardons. I understand why Trump did it. I just don't know if I agree that the way he did it was the right way. I think he should have done a case-by-case basis. He should have looked at every single individual. And for those who did do harm to the officers, that would have been a message sent loud and clear that you don't do that. And I do believe in law enforcement, and I do care for the health and safety of those who are entrusted with enforcing the law. But he didn't do that. And therefore, I can't see how he could justify himself as a law and order president, which is what he says he wants to be. So for me, it's a really clear contrast as to what happened and how he treated the J6ers with the pardon.
Shelly, you know me, you've known me a long time, and in mass incarceration is a baby of mine. And so I'm never really a fan of the words law and order, if you will, because I don't think historically it's played out well for our community, if you will. But Emil says this example says that he's not one, based on Fanon saying the 6 people that actually attacked him, or at least according to Fanon, are actually part of the group that was let out. I think I learned from your show there is, to a degree, some case by case, even though
right. Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Those 6 people did time. So what I would say to that officer, hey, you should be going through this. And those 6 people that are threatening your family, there's a bunch of us who support Trump would stand next to you and beat them back for you for threatening your family, because that's dead wrong. But those 6 people that were involved in that, they did time. So it's like, how much time does the man need to do for beating up a cop? I don't know. I don't know what the sentence is. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. He pardoned many of these people. Remember, this happened 2021. The more egregious cases went to trial or pled out very early on. So many of these people have either served time, been in jail, went in, came out, you know what I mean? Got home confinement, whatever it is. So the question becomes is, how long should you be in jail for going into the Capitol or, or beating up Sitnik? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great thought, like giving that context, because like you said, especially if anybody was still in, we don't know, like I said, some people are on house arrest and that type of thing. But for those that were if they were still in, like you're saying, if you went in there, that's 4 years ago. So yeah, you probably would have been out. Or
there was an old lady. There's a story of an old lady who had gone to the rally. She was old. So by the time she walked down to the Capitol, people had gone in already. And she walked in with her cane, everything, walked in. And through geofencing, they finally got around to her. And they arrested her. And she went on trial. And so she's counted, quote unquote, as a J6er.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so not all of them, like Emil said, they're all not the same, but many of them have served their time. And all these pardons did was basically say, Maggie Haberman, there's a difference between opposition to Trump and completely lying about everything that's going on. And there's a big complete difference between that. But I don't like what's happening to that officer. It shouldn't happen. And those are the crazies that are amongst us, and they exist everywhere.
On both sides when we talk about sides. Yeah. So I would love to, if we will,